This episode is brought to you by KPMG. At KPMG, innovation is the go-to state of mind. Their visionary thinkers and advanced technology help you see beyond the now, uncover new insights, and turn them into opportunities. KPMG can help you leverage the value of data and drive transformational outcomes through innovation. To explore their thinking, go to kpmg.us.
Nothing says summer fun like grilling outside with help from Whole Foods Market. From family reunions to hanging with friends, you'll find the perfect spread. Like animal welfare certified bone-in ribeye, top sirloin, and chicken kebabs. You can just imagine those perfect grill marks. Keep your wallet happy with sides and fixins from 365 by Whole Foods Market. Plus, beer, pie, fresh produce, the list goes on. Can't take the heat? Let them cater your event. Make summer happen at Whole Foods Market.
This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 2788, 7 Things to Stop Worrying About Today by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. And I'm Justin Malik, your personal narrator, reading to you every single day of the year with permission from the authors. Kind of like an audiobook, but kind of not. It's a lot shorter than an audiobook. And I bring you one article every day of the year. And this is one of a few shows where we do that. You can search for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this to find all of our other shows. And with that, let's get right to it as we optimize your life. 7 Things to Stop Worrying About Today by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. As the Dalai Lama once said, quote, "If a problem is fixable, if a situation is such that you can do something about it, then there is no need to worry. If it's not fixable, then there is no help in worrying. There is no benefit in worrying whatsoever," end quote. In other words, worry will not strip tomorrow of its burdens. It'll strip today of its possibilities. How would your life be different if you stopped worrying and started truly doing what you're capable of doing? Let today be the day you free yourself from worthless worry, seize the possibilities, and take effective action on things you can change. Make a stand. Be proactive. Stop simply worrying about, number 1, the challenges you face. Challenges are not here to worry about, they are here to help you grow. Challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Many of history's greatest accomplishments were responses to difficult challenges. Many of your own greatest advances have been in response to challenging circumstances. Each of life's challenges is a test that helps you notice and understand your weaknesses, thus enabling you to transform these weaknesses into strengths. Number 2, less than ideal conditions you can't control. There is no good reason to deny yourself the opportunity to do something extraordinary. Life is about making a difference, and you'll never run out of ways to do that. Whatever has happened, whatever others say, whatever the state of the economy or weather may be, you still have the ability to thrive. Life is what you choose to make it. You have unlimited power over your mind, not external objects and events. Realize this, and you'll find the source of strength you need to move mountains. Number 3, the reasons it might not work. Your doubts are little enemies living in your mind that make you lose battles you're capable of winning. They stir fear into your conscious and keep you wishing instead of doing. In other words, they disrupt necessary action. An idea or a wish is a good place to start, but then you have to get off your butt, face your doubts, and make things happen. You have to pick up the pen and paper and write your own story. Don't let your doubts get the best of you. While intent is the seed of success, action is the water that nourishes the seed. Your actions must reflect your goals in order to achieve something worthwhile in this world. Number 4, everyone else's dreams. Start worrying about your own dreams. They are unique and undeniably yours for a reason. They're showing you and at the same time compelling you to make the most of your life. It's not selfish to be your very best. What's selfish is to let your enormous potential go unrealized. What have you always wanted to know, always wanted to do, and always wanted to be? It's never too late to honestly answer that question, and the answer to that question is your own truly beautiful and unique gift to the world. Because when you fulfill your greatest possibilities, you raise the whole world up with you. Number 5, love that isn't true. The true kind of love involves attention, awareness, discipline, effort, and being able to truly care about someone and sacrifice for them continuously in countless petty little unsexy ways every day. You put your arms around them and love them regardless, even when they're not so lovable. And of course, they do the same for you. This kind of love has little to do with falling. It's a long climb up the rocky face of a mountain, hard work that most people are too selfish or too scared to bother with. If you want to know what a truly healthy relationship is, it's one where both people wake up every morning and say, "This is worth it. You are worth it. I choose to be with you." Number 6, other people's temper tantrums. Losing your temper with people who have already lost theirs does not accomplish anything, but only sets you out upon a path of foolishness and frustration. When you maintain enough self-control to stand firm at the moment when another person is in a temper tantrum, you will win in the end. Because it's not the one who has spoken 100 words aloud who has won, it's the one who has perhaps spoken only one word, goodbye. And number 7, more and more work that only makes money. Forget about the easy street or fast lane mentalities. If you really want to do something wonderful with your life, harness the power of the ideas and efforts that move you. Honor your instincts. Trust your heart, and true wealth will come to you. As Anthony Robbins once said, quote, "Passion is the genesis of genius," end quote. Enthusiasm is the mother of all productive work. Without it, rarely does something great ever transpire. When you connect with your work, you always strive to become the best you can be. And as you gradually become better and better, everything around you becomes better too. Bottom line, the more passion you have for your work, the more value you will create through it. And value is ultimately what people are willing to pay a premium for. You just listened to the post titled 7 Things to Stop Worrying About Today by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com.
There's a school in Northern Virginia that's making college better. They offer over 100 certificate and degree programs. They make tuition affordable and manageable through smaller payments over time. They make online learning accessible and enjoyable. And across 6 campuses, you can learn great careers like nursing, cybersecurity, skilled trades, and more. Northern Virginia Community College. It's the affordable, achievable, flexible, doable, possible, incredible college. Nova. We make college better. Apply now at boldlynova.com.
This episode is brought to you by Liquid IV. Whether you're working out, side on your tan, or running errands at the perfect pace, Liquid IV powder keeps you going with 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Because real life is extreme enough. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Buy a stick in store or at liquidiv.com with the code podcast for 20% off your order.
Thank you to Marc. Worrying is a tough one, and if you tend to be more of the anxious or worrying type, you know how hard it is to hear the tip, worry less, and actually do something about it. Sometimes it almost feels good, like we're helping ourselves somehow by worrying, thinking about all the things that could go wrong so that we're prepared, yet everything ends up going right. Or something does go wrong, but it's nothing like we worried about or imagined in our heads. But what can we actually do about it then? How do you just wake up one morning and convince yourself to not worry? Well, for me, and I definitely have not mastered this, one thing that does help, as cheesy as this sounds, is having this podcast as a daily inspiration and reminder of what's important. If you're a newer listener of this show, maybe that effect hasn't happened yet, but I do hear from longtime listeners who write in occasionally expressing how it completely changes their commute to work for the better, for example. But since I'm sort of preaching to the choir here, the other is some kind of training, meditation practice, journaling, mental tools that help us see what's going on inside our head before we go down the rabbit hole of worrying in circles until we make ourselves sick. From years of reading articles like these, I think it really comes down to those simple things. It's simple, but not easy, but definitely worth the effort, even if it's just passively listening to a podcast like this. So keep up the good work. Thank you for being here with me on this journey. And if you know anyone who would like to be on the journey also, please do share this podcast with them. That goes a really long way to help keep all of this going. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.